Yo, what's going on, BroTalk Nation, man? It's your boy Eric here. Got my brother Jarmarcus on, man. And tonight, man, we are back. We're back in our faith series with the next EP, man. The unseen lasts forever. So, hey, if you're out there, you haven't had a chance, it's your first time seeing Bro Talk, go ahead and hit that subscription button. If you're on YouTube, hit the like button. Share this, follow the pages, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you're seeing this or hearing this. Follow, share. So, man, if you haven't had a chance, go check out last episode, man. We had a special guest on. And it was just such a beautiful word from God, such a beautiful episode, man. I'm telling you, you will get something from it. So tonight we're gonna dive more into the faith series, bro. What we got for the people?
Man, what's going on, Bro Talk Nation, man? Hey, first and foremost, man, thank you, God, for allowing us to, do another show, being able to come on and do what we do.
Yes.
Like my brother E said, man, if you new or if you are returning, man, please share the page, share the episode tonight. Go on YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go ahead and hit that bell so you can get notified on all the old content and new content, man. We're steady uploading and putting everything everywhere as possible. But man, like E said, man, if you missed last episode, because we hit last episode with part 2 of the series that we're calling Faith. If you missed last episode, man, you missed a good one.
Man.
Shout out Pastor Landon that came on and blessed us with a word
Yeah.
about Noah and the faith. But we had so much fun on that actual episode. It was so good. It was so good because everything was just like worked perfect. Like everything went well with the actual show. Like everything was good. I mean, I loved it. I love going backwards. Love going and reading that story. It was perfect. All right. So please go back and ask. But tonight, like he said, man, this tonight is part 3. It is literally the unseen lasts forever. And this was so good because he sent me a message. He sends us Bible verses daily. And he sent one, 2 Corinthians 4:18, right? And in that one, I was sitting there and I was reading it, and I was like, bro, this is it right here. Like, this is the next show right here. And once again, I'll repeat it. It's 2 Corinthians 4:18. All right. Now the version he sent it in was in I think it was what, the ERV. Um,
Yeah, ERV.
like we talked about it before. There's many translations in the Bible. Read them all. Like I dibble and dab. Like I have like 5 of them I have saved. But this verse was so good because it tied into what we were talking about with faith, right? We
Mm-hmm.
know faith was talking about what is not seen. It's an
Mm-hmm.
assurance of the unseen, right?
Yeah.
So I looked it up in the NIV, and it said, and I want you to read it in the ERV after I read it, bro, so that they can get it. But it
Gotcha.
was 2 Corinthians 4:18, and it says, "So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. Since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal." Like,
Eh,
and that's how we're here. The
Yeah.
unseen lasts forever. So
Yeah.
if you can read it in the version that you sent us, bro, it's
Gotcha.
probably
Gotcha.
gonna it's probably gonna help people.
All right. So this is the easy read version for those that don't know biblical words and things. We break it down. So uh 2 Corinthians 4:18. So we think about what we cannot see, not what we see. What
Mm,
we see lasts only a short time, and what we cannot see lasts forever.
that is, bro, that is so good, right? That is like, I need y'all to understand like what we got from that, and what like I was asking him, like, bro, what you feel about the title? What we gonna cook up? And he cooked up the title, The Unseen Lasts Forever. And we are about to dive into this and
Yeah, yeah.
tie this into this faith series that we've been on. And if
Mm-hmm.
you, like I said, if you haven't been with us, Hebrews chapter 11 is the faith series that we're on. We talked about, the foundation of faith. Then we went to Noah. Tonight, we're going to be going on and diving deeper about Abraham. But before that, I want to give y'all a tangible thing to see about that verse that he just sent. So I hope that y'all can see this, right? I hope that y'all can see this that I have in my hand, right? It has a color on it. And that color is right here, right? But this is the entire thing. In our lives, we like to only focus on this part of it. This is it right here, right? Yeah. We say, oh, this is it. But we focus on this short time thing right here. Like we got to do everything within this short time. Got to get the job, got to get the house, got to get the spouse, got to get everything. But we don't focus on the thing that lasts forever. This thing is still going. It is still going. But we cut it short right here. And look how short that is of what is going to last forever for us. Like I was sitting here thinking about it and I was like, bro, how can I make this like tangible for everybody to see? And I got a shoelace and I made a color code and I was like, if I showed this to somebody, the first thing that they would notice is the color. They would be more focused on what stands out and they will lose focus on what they think is so bland. Because for us, the unseen seems so bland because we can't see it. And the things that we see is what we focus on so much. But you got to understand that it is so temporary. It is so short. Like the Bible lets us know that our time here is rented. None of this here is what we owe. Like you shouldn't even care about it. It's so much the finances, the house, the degrees, the cars. You can't take none of that with you in the eternal. So, bro, I had to like make that point. I wanted to like, show something that can like maybe somebody can see tangible about like what's going on, bro. So like I hope y'all got that one because it got me, bro. Like it got me.
That's good. That's good.
But like the part that we wanted to get into, man, was Hebrews 11:8. And we're gonna be going in with your verse, and we're gonna be hopping around, y'all. Hey, I'm letting y'all know right now. As y'all can see, I got my Bible glasses on because this is about to be some good Bible, and I need to read clearly. All right. But 11:8 says, by faith, Abraham, when called to go to a place he would later receive as his inheritance, obeyed and went, even though he did not know where he was going. It started off by faith, right? Now we talked about it. What was faith? Faith is the insurance of what you cannot see. We're going into 2 Corinthians. We just talked about it. We just talked about it. Don't we fix our eyes on not what is seen? That's what we should be fixing our eyes on, right? The point that I got into this, because I'm going straight to points, because tonight is going to be good.
Let's get it.
What you see is where you're going.
Okay.
What you see is where you're going. Bro, I don't know if you ever been driving and they tell you put your phone down, don't focus on your phone, always look ahead. I don't know if y'all ever been driving. Have y'all ever start to look somewhere like not in front of you and the car follows where you looking at? Because wherever your head is focused on, you start to steer that way too. So that's why I made this point of what you see is where you're going. Because in this verse, it says, even like Abraham just obeyed and went, even though he did not know where he was going. So to me, what I got from that, Abraham was more focused on the unseen rather than trying to see the finish line. He was more focused on the unseen faith. That's what he was going to steer towards. Like, I know you told me, whatever, but I'm just going to stay focused on the unseen, and that's where I'm going. All right. Now, E, before I turn this over to you, because this is where we're going to jump around, right? We're gonna go into Abraham. We're gonna
Mhm.
dive deeper into Abraham. And the part we're gonna go into is where Abraham, like, we're not gonna dive too deep, but Abraham got called, right? He got called to
Mhm.
leave out, like
Yeah.
away from his family and all that stuff. So he got a word from God to leave, and he picked up and he just left. And
Mhm.
that's he didn't know where he was going. He just focused on the word of God that it was time to leave.
Yeah.
So that's why I want to start it off today, bro. Like right now, I want to start it off on this little verse, and then we're gonna hop around to another part where
Got
Abraham got faith tested. But I want you to get in there with me on this because this verse right here, like it to me was like so good going with your verse
Yeah.
because he
Yeah.
couldn't see. Like all Abraham, he didn't know where he was going, but he just
Man.
went by faith, dog.
And man, that's just the I don't know what other great example than the
Yeah,
shoot, than the string, than Abraham just going, right?
yeah.
And you know, I'm gonna try to make it even more tangible for
Go
you.
ahead, bro. Let's
Um,
help
I,
each other
I,
out.
rem- I remember when I was trying to get my motorcycle license, right? I had,
Yeah,
and when I was in the Navy, we got to take this course, and during you got to go to this mandated course and get the certificate and all that stuff, right?
yeah.
So one of the lessons was during the course, we had to do what's called like a sharp. We had to do like figure eights, and you're not going fast, right? Because if you have to have the bike under control.
Yeah.
So the guy that was teaching the class was like, "Hey, keep your feet on the bike. Don't drop. When something trying to fall, you ever rode a bike before? You're gonna put your feet down and try to catch your balance, right?
Mhm.
You're not sure. You're not trusting the bike.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the guy was like, "Hey, all you have to do when you're going into turns or to do the figure eight, just turn your head. You gotta see. You gotta look into the curve, right, before
Mm.
you get there,
Oh,
right?"
that's good.
So I'm on this bike and I'm like, "Well, that makes no sense. I think I know everything, so I'm not doing that." So as I was getting ready to turn, I just so happened to the bike started losing a little balance, and so I looked down to catch my feet.
Yeah.
Guess where I landed?
Mm.
But so I
Man.
said, "Okay." He said, "Did you look down?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Don't do that." I said, "All right, cool." So he said, "Look through the curve as you're turning." And
Yeah.
I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna try it his way. I tried it my way, it didn't work. Let me try it his way."
Yeah.
And as I was getting to the turn, and it's a sharp turn, I'm talking like complete, like sharp. And so I looked through the curve, and lo and behold, where I looked at, that's where the bike went.
That's good. That is good, bro.
See, what I didn't know is I couldn't see below me. That was unseen,
Yeah.
right? And so, and I didn't trust the bike, so I didn't have faith in what the man was saying.
Mm.
Just like Abraham had faith in what God was saying, so he trusted and sat on his word and trusted
Yeah.
it all the way through. We're gonna get into the story. So he trusted it all the way through.
Yeah.
And see, when we're on our journey, we're trying to do it our way.
Yeah.
We think we know everything, we've seen everything, we've done everything. But if you just have faith in God's word and sit on what he's saying and trust what he's saying, have faith in what he's saying, you won't have to worry about catching your balance or being off in life. You won't have to worry about, struggling, those type of things.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to give that great example to kick it off, man, because it just came to me when you said it, man.
Nah, that's a awesome, like, another tangible thing to like see and hear. And I love how you said like you went, like you looked through the curve, and like if the first time you looked down and that's where you actually ended up, right? And it's the
Hmm.
same thing when you're driving a car, you start to steer where your eyes are going, like
Hmm.
what you're focusing on, what you see,
Yeah.
right? And like you said, Abraham focused on like what God said, and that's the direction in
Hmm.
which he went. And as the story goes on, if you go back and read, you'll see that that direction led him the entire time, right? And I'm gonna give you a little nugget of it before. Like the reason God, like when God called Abraham first, he told him a whole bunch of things. He told him, like, leave your country, leave your daddy house, leave your crazy relatives, right? I'm gonna pause right there. This is not a part of this topic at all, but I wrote this down because a lot of people need to hear this. Look, sometimes it might be your family you got to take a break from so that the marriage can work, so that you can work. Like,
Podcast is over.
yeah, I don't know why God told him to leave his country. He told him to leave his country, the relatives, and all that. I don't know who that's for, but sometimes you're gonna have to take a break, right? But anyways, going back on, before some of y'all turn me off. But listen, the reason why, like, God told Abraham, I will make you a great nation. I will bless your name. You will be great. This is all the things he told him after he told him it's time for you to go. This was the word of God. So this was the finish line. This is what he needed to look through, as he said, around the curve, right? But I wrote down, what could Abraham see? Abraham could see that he was going on a journey, right? God told him it's time to go. That's the tangible thing you would think, like, oh, I'm about to go. I'm going to see a lot of things on this journey. I'm going to see a lot of things. But Abraham didn't focus on none of that. Abraham focused on what he couldn't see, and that was his faith on what God told him, that I'm going to be a great nation. I'm going to be a father to all my descendants. I'm going to have more descendants than the stars can see. He focused on those things. And by him focusing on that, that is what steered him to the promise. That makes sense to everybody. Like, you got to understand that, right? See, sometimes we hear something, we get a word, and we get a promise from God on the job, on the house, on the spouse we're supposed to meet, and we stop focusing on the faith, the unseen, like he said in 2 Corinthians, the forever, like he said, of the promises. See, that job is not what we're supposed to be focusing on. That job is put in place so that I can bring somebody in this new workplace to Christ. That is what we're to be focusing on. The unseen part of the job. See, that house is not what we're supposed to be focusing on. It should be the community that you're getting placed in so that people can see a God-living family and want to get interested, want to get known, and be like, how are y'all moving like y'all are? So that you can introduce them into something new. The unseen. See, that spouse, that is not what we should be focusing on. It should be, you should be focusing on pouring into them and being an example for another company, a couple somewhere else, so that they can want to move like you can move. The unseen and forever is what we should be focusing on. But we tend to focus on the items. We tend to focus on the items and not the unseen and forever, bro. Like,
that's true. Look, I can tell y'all firsthand. I still sometimes, and used to a whole lot, really focus on the things that I couldn't see, right? And I was trying to prepare. I was trying to prepare for the things that I couldn't see. So let me ask you a question. How can you prepare for something you don't know about?
Oh, that is good. That's good.
Makes no sense. Like, if God promised me something that I haven't seen yet, right?
Yeah.
How do you know how to be prepared for it? Only he knows what you need in those moments to get to that point and to receive the blessing. How do you know how to bless you?
That's good.
You don't, right? So I think we get so wrapped up in trying to do more and trying to get to the blessing faster. But you got to understand, there's this journey that we call life is not a race. It's a marathon.
There you go.
It's a marathon. You got to walk this thing out with Christ. Because if you don't, like we said in past podcasts, if you're running in life, if you're sprinting instead of running this marathon with God, you're going to miss something.
Yeah.
And then you're going to start being subjected to the enemy's whispers.
Yeah.
And the tricks of the enemy and the lies of the enemy. And then that's going to seep down into your family. Now your wife is listening to the lies. Your husband is listening to the lies. Your kids are now falling for things. It's a domino effect, right? So so you have to, like, don't worry about the things that you can't see. Even God says it in the Bible. Don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will take care of itself.
Yeah.
It has its own problems.
Yeah.
You're worried about tomorrow and not even focusing on what you need to do right now to get rid of the problems now, because guess what? Come tomorrow, you got even more baggage to put on top of your plate.
That's good, bro.
So when it comes to faith, you just got to trust what God said.
Yeah.
And that's just plain as I can put it. You can't worry about, like, if I'm sitting up here and I'm worrying about, well, 10 years from now, I don't even know if I'm gonna be here in 10 years.
Yeah, that's good.
Thank God if I do. I'm here. I just celebrated my birthday yesterday. I made it to 39. I'm winning. All right. If I don't see another day, just know I love God. God has blessed my life, and I'm thankful for all 39 years. But if I have to worry about, man, I wonder what 40 gonna look like, I don't know. It doesn't matter, because it is not promised to me, right? But what is promised to me is God's promise that my life is blessed. I am wonderfully and fearfully made, that I am above and not beneath. These are the things that are promised. These are the things that I can sit my faith on and know that God loves and trusts and loves me, and I can trust him in all things.
Yeah.
So,
bro, like, man, like it all goes back to, like, faith, like you said, man. Like, you just gotta trust God, like that unseen part. And this verse with 2 Corinthians, man, like, it is the unseen. And then faith is insurance on what we do not see. Faith is trusting in what you do not see. And Abraham steering towards that is what got him, like, the entire time. Like, it led him, like, focusing on, like, those things, the unseen part, and that's what steered him throughout his entire time, right? Bro, like, now this is where we're gonna go and get into, like, Abraham and his story, right? And
let's go.
we're not gonna do, like, a full Abraham story, because that would just be too much going through it. But I'm gonna give y'all, we're going into Genesis 20, chapter 22. That's where we're starting at, all right? But in between where he got called in chapter 22, I need y'all to know this. If y'all have never read the story of Abraham, right? Abraham's life is on some Days of Our Lives, like some soap opera, like some Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like, if y'all trying to figure out where, like, reality TV and, like, toxic and drama started at, my boy Abraham, Sarah, Hagar, and Ishmael, bro, that story is wild. It is all about baby mama and baby daddy drama. All right. Real quick, Abraham and Sarah couldn't have a baby. Sarah was like, hey, go sleep with Hagar. She ended up getting pregnant. Sarah didn't like Ishmael no more, because Ishmael, Abraham started focusing on him. The boy Abraham's best friend Lot got locked up. He had to go rescue him. It was a lot going on. Abraham went and did some things, dog. Like, Abraham's faith, I'm glad he stayed focused on what I told him. Because at any point, he could have steered left. I know some people with baby mama drama that has went completely off the rail. Like, for real. You gotta stay focused on it. And I'm telling y'all, the reason why I bring up this, because these are things that happen, and these are your ways to get wording on if you go through some of this. It's right in the Bible, bro. Like, for real. Man. So go back and read that. It's good. I'm telling you. But, bro, we picking up on chapter 22, right? And this is where Abraham faith got like, I'm talking about his faith got tested. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't know if I would have made it. I don't know. I'm being completely honest with y'all. I don't know if I'd have made it, right?
Man.
And I'm gonna give you the point right now. I'm not even gonna read this. I'm gonna give you the point straight off so you know, right? God is ready to show you. All right, that's the point. We're gonna start off, and it's gonna be a little Bible, bro. So I'm gonna have to read a little bit, but Abraham chapter 22, verse 2. Take your son, right? Because I'm sorry. Abraham and Sarah finally got blessed with a son. She finally got blessed to conceive. They named him Isaac. Here we are right now. Take your son, your only son. That's what the Bible says. Whom you love, Isaac. Go to the region of Moriah, sacrifice him there as a burnt offering on a mountain I will show you. The note that I wrote down, if you taking notes, is God is ready to show you. God is ready to show you. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Hold on, God. You promised me at some point in this journey that my wife was gonna be able to give me a son.
Man.
I have the son. I'm thankful for the son. I've told you thank you. This is what I prayed for. And now you telling me that I have to go sacrifice the thing that I prayed for all my life, and the thing that you promised me and gave me, now you want it back? God, I don't know about this one. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna ask you about 3 times that I hear right what you said. Because maybe you made a mistake and you got me mixed up with somebody else that don't deserve the child. Ooh. Hold on, God. This is what you promised me. I'm doing right by what you gave me. There are some people who ain't doing right by you, what you gave them, and you asking me for mine. I can't do that. The reason why I made this note, bro, is because God is ready to show you.
Yeah.
But are you ready? But are you ready for what he's trying to show you? Because if you like me and you answer no, then you're not ready for God to show you.
Man.
I'm telling you right now, you're not ready for what God has showed you, bro. Like, you got to understand, in this chapter, it talks about the next morning, Abraham woke right up and was like, all right, well, load up the donkey and off we are. He didn't even think twice. It said the next day he woke up and loaded up the donkey and was ready to go. Bro, I would be still like, hey, guy, hold on, wait a minute.
Hey,
I'm not ready the next day. We can't talk about this a little bit more. You know what, E? I'm gonna tell you what we like to do. I can give you something else. I can't, you know what? You asked me for this, but what if I gave you a little bit of this? Would that be enough for you to show me? Like, would that be enough for you to show me like what I'm supposed to see? So I'm only gonna give you this. I know you asking for that, but I'm only gonna give you this. See, we want to give God what we want to give him and expect him to do the same thing. Expect him to show us the full calling. See, God is trying to show you what you really need, and you're trying to give him what you want. You're not here to make the rules. The creator makes the rules for the creation. The creation doesn't make the rules for the creator. It don't work like that. In whatever type of way you want to put this in, the creation never has a say-so in the rules over the creator. Somebody working for McDonald's can't tell the person who made McDonald's what the image should look like. I made it. Like, come on, bro. Like, it doesn't work like that, dog. Like, E, this is where we starting off at. So I'm gonna let you hop in here before we. I know, bro. I know it's a lot. It's
a lot. Well, guys, I don't know what to tell you. That's the straightest it can get right there. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I as I was reading that this morning, I don't know. And
Uh-oh.
I can I'm being hot, open, and transparent. I don't know if God asked for my son. I'm not gonna lie. I second thought. I paused and thought about it when I was reading this morning, and the fact that he even blessed me with my son is the reason why I should give it. Why don't we trust God with what He created?
Mm, there you
He
go.
made He made this. He made your kid. He made my kid. He made everything in this world. Why don't we trust Him with what He already created? It just doesn't make sense, right? Like if if I just if I came, my son came in the house and said, "Hey, Dad, man, I think we should do life a little different in here." I kind of look at him crazy.
Yeah.
Like, little dude, you 8.
Yeah.
You don't have a W-2. You don't have like a 1099. You don't pay no bills in here. I created all the clothes on your back. I got that for you. So how you gonna tell me what
Yeah.
this household, how to run this up in here? And that's the same way I think God looks at us, because we don't have faith in what God is promising and saying to us. We did this in a podcast before. Children have faith,
Mm-hmm.
period.
Yeah.
They got faith in you as a parent, because when you tell them, I know I can't tell my son until like when we're on the road getting ready to go somewhere. I can't tell him where we're going, because he's going to question, he's going to question, he's going to question.
Yeah, that's good.
If I tell him a week in advance, I'm going to have to hear it for the next week until we go.
True. 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 True.
But the day of, and we're getting in the car, and he said, "Hey, Daddy, where we're going? Hey, we're about to go to Six Flags." Okay, cool. That's it. No more questions.
Yeah. Okay. I see where you're going.
It's the blind faith that, hey, my son trusts what I'm saying,
Yeah.
and he believes that Daddy is taking him to Six Flags.
Yeah.
Ain't no questioning after that. Nothing else. All he's thinking about is what I told him.
That's good.
God has already told you something. But you like my son, if I tell him a week in advance, "Hey God, when it gonna happen? When we gonna
Yeah.
get there?
Okay.
What
Yeah.
time we gonna get there? What is it
That's
gonna
good.
look like? How is
That's
it
good.
gonna be?" No. Abraham said, "You said what? Oh, you want Isaac back? Cool. Next morning, hey, we'll be back.
Yeah.
Get the donkeys, get the 2 servants, let's go."
Yeah.
Like, there was no question in that. And see, the great thing about this story is that because he didn't question anything, he got an abundance of what God promised him.
Yes. Yes, bro.
So
Yes.
if you would only stop questioning God about what He's doing because you're going through something,
Yeah.
you can get to that promise a little faster.
That's good, bro.
I promise you can.
That's good, bro. I wanna go backwards in something you said.
Mhm,
You were talking about like your kids, and I had a meeting today with Pastor Joseph, and we were, chopping up game about like, church and ministry and stuff
mhm,
like that. And he said something that reminded me of what you said. Um like in this situation, God asked for Isaac back, right? Like
mhm,
God knew like that Abraham loved Isaac. It was the one thing he
mhm.
prayed for so much.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't he ask him to sacrifice Sarah? Like, that's like these are the things that went in my head. Like, why didn't he ask to
Or
sacrifice Sarah
Ishmael.
or a servant or something like that?
Yeah.
And I started thinking, and it ties into what Pastor Joseph was telling me today. He had a choice in Sarah. Like, you choose your spouse, you don't choose your kids. The kids are unseen.
Man. What?
That's unseen faith. That's
Ooh.
You don't get a choice in what kids happen. Like kids just come. Like there's no choice. He didn't have a choice in Isaac, but he knew that he wanted Isaac. Like
Yeah.
Abraham wanted Isaac. He loved, the Bible said, your only son whom you love. God is
Mm,
making a point like This is important to you. It's
Yeah.
hitting your heart. I know that if Isaac is the number one thing in your heart, this is something that was unseen even before it happened. It's in your heart. Right now, it's above me. God is going to ask for anything in your heart that is above him. I don't care what it is. It could be the job. It could be the money. Oh, yeah, let's be hot and open. It can be the promotion that you just got. If it is in your heart and it is above God, he will ask for it back first. If you don't give it to him, it will get snatched because it can't stay there. If the reason why is because if it's in your heart and it's at the top, that is what you're going to steer towards. Is it okay for you to steer? Would it have been okay for Abraham to steer towards Isaac? That's what he loved, but that's his son. But it ain't God. If Abraham would have focused more on Isaac, right? He would have forgot that nations were supposed to be named after him. That's Isaac. Listen, Isaac was just a story for somebody else's test that they were going to go through down the line. That's a testimony. The big promise was, hey, Isaac wasn't about to be your only descendant. The Bible said you were going to have more descendant than this. If there was sand and somebody could count the sand, that's how many descendants was you going to have. And you were only going to be focused on Isaac? Bro, you got nations coming after you. Listen, the reason why he asked for Isaac, because he was trying to get at his heart posture. I'm trying to figure out if what's at the top of your heart, if you can get that to me, then we could talk about something, right? So now, E, we gonna start hitting these little points. Because you brought up something about the servants and packing up, right?
Yeah.
Early next morning, he got up, packed up the donkey, grabbed the servants, ready to go. The Bible then says on the third day, Abraham looked up and he saw the place in a distance. So he saw where God was ready to show him, right? That was the note. God is ready to show you. So on the third day, he saw what God was ready to show him. I wrote down a little note in my Bible. I said, because he said, hey, servant, stay here with the donkey while me and the boy go over there and we will worship and then we will come back to you. I wrote down, why did he say, y'all stay here and we will go worship and then we will come back to you? How did he know they was coming back, both of them? I don't think Abraham was telling a lie. I don't think Abraham was lying to try to get out of something. I don't think he was like, oh yeah, we're going to go worship. I don't want y'all to know that I'm about to kill my son. I don't think that. Abraham was the man. He ain't had no reason to lie. His servants were going to follow him anyway. They're his servants. So why did he say, y'all stay back and we'll come back? First of all, I think the reason why he told those two servants to stay back, if he was going to sacrifice, you don't want people there to change your mind. See, sometimes if you take the wrong people with you, when you're supposed to be going to give something back to God, they're going to make you change your mind. Hey, bro, hey, listen, bro. Like, don't give up on that job. Why you don't give up on that promotion? The promotion is what's more important. And now you get suckered in and listening to the enemy tell you something that you know that you were supposed to give back, and now you back on this hamster wheel. So first of all, he told them to stay back so that they don't change his heart posture up. You don't want the wrong whispers in your ear. The second part of that, when he said, then we are going to worship and then we coming back. Let me break it down to y'all. He said, we are going to praise and worship God because the reason I got you, Isaac, we need to worship that. See, I don't need to forget why you're here. So by me worshiping and praising God and thanking God for bringing you, he already knew he was bringing back his son. He never lost faith. He knew that God is asking for him, but somehow, some way, the Lord was going to provide him again. I'm going to turn it over to you before I get too crazy because I'm going to get back in this, bro. I'm going to get back.
That's
good, dog.
That's good, bro. I didn't even think about it like that, bro. Imagine if I would have listened to other people and decided not to come to San Antonio.
Bro, I'm glad you went there. Mm.
Imagine if I'd have been like, nope, I'm gonna throw another package in and I'm gonna just stay here. You don't know,
The unseen.
you don't know what's gonna be birthed in the unseen, man.
Oh, that's just good.
Like Isaac, and I'm with you, bro. I don't think that he lied to his servants. I
Mm,
just think that he had so much faith in what God promised him that
mm,
he could trust God with the same promise that
mm.
God gave him. Like, God, you told me that if I could, I prayed to you. You blessed me with my son. I don't think you blessed me with something to take it away, but I think you blessed me so that you could test me so that I can show myself approved.
That's good.
If God asks for that thing that he gave you back, know that more is coming.
That's good, bro.
The servants would have probably like, hey, no, 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 no. They probably tried to stop him.
Yeah,
See, you don't need people in your life that's going to stop you from doing what God told you to do.
that's good, bro.
Those people are going to keep you away for. See, you're looking at the shoestring at this end, but see, there is so much unseen behind, and
Mm,
so much more that God want to do in your life. You can't focus on the job.
yeah,
Hey, if he took your spouse, you can't focus on that. If he took your child, and that, listen, that still gets me.
yeah,
That's a hard pill to swallow. But I know if he take my son is with him. When you lose a loved one, yes, we miss them. But if their life was gave, if they gave their life to Christ, they are with the Lord. What better place would you want them to be? Or
yeah,
would you want them to be here in the midst of pain, hurt, sorrow, like
yeah, 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 yeah,
COVID, COVID 2, COVID
yeah.
5? I don't know which one again. COVID 2K4, I don't know. But understand that if God is asking for the thing that he gave you, God is very smart, meticulous. He is very planned out. He is very like he already knows. Like he's so calculated with his moves, man.
Yes,
God is just smooth, man. Like you ever met somebody like, man, that's a smooth brother right there.
bro. That's
God
God.
is like God is just smooth, man. Like the way he moves is like, and once we realize that, we be like, oh man, God, you were trying to do all this. Man, I'm
Yeah,
so glad I listened to you. But if them servants would have stopped Abraham, you wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here. Like, what would have came out of that? We might not be talking about Abraham. It might be a different name in the Bible.
yeah.
Because if you don't give that thing back to God that he gave you, he'll skip right on over you and give it to somebody else that's going to trust him.
Big facts.
Let's go.
Bro, like you said something, like when you went back to the shoestring and you talked about like what was being birthed. Like you gotta understand, like what's being birthed is in that unseen and it lasts forever. Like he talked about if he would have listened and dropped that package and never came to San Antonio, this right here wouldn't be. The people that get their word from this, that somebody might have started going back to church and gave their life to God,
Man,
that would have never happened. That's the unseen and the forever thing. The thing that you should be focusing on, man. Like bro, this verse, like this story, has opened up for me even more because I'm starting to see the unseen part of this. Like
yeah,
Abraham was what he was focused on, bro. And I'm
yeah,
gonna tell you, gonna keep going through this later in that chapter, like chapter 7. Like his son, and this is what got me. His son acts like, hey, hey, dad, like the fire and the wood is here, but where is the lamb for the burnt offering at?
yeah,
This is Isaac asking him. Like his son is asking him, like, Dad, like, I see everything that we supposed to do to prepare for the burnt offering, but I don't see the offering though. Like, where that's coming from? Abraham answered, God himself will provide the lamb for the burnt offering, my son. God, he's reassuring again. God is going to provide. He always has, he always will, and he will always provide. What is he doing right there? Birthing something into Isaac. Isaac, don't pay attention on what you see right now.
Yeah.
I know you see the wood and the fire.
Ooh,
I know you see the wood and the
so
fire.
good, bro.
Don't focus on where the offering is. I'm going to
Man.
tell you where the offering is. The offering is going to come from up. God will provide. He's birthing something right there in his son that's going to last what? Forever.
Ever.
To not focus on them. Let me grab it. To not focus on the color. Focus on this, Isaac. He's already doing it, but we're missing that. Why? Because in our head, we just thinking, man, oh my God, he lying to his son. He ain't lying. He prophesizing. That's what he doing right there. You
Yeah.
gotta understand and see that, bro. Then
Yeah.
he goes down in verse 10. This is where stuff gets serious. Verse 10 had me, I'm sitting here like this, like, oh my God. The Bible says he reached out his hand, took out the knife, ready to chop him. Hey, done with, over, gun. Abraham was ready, right? The angel called out, Abraham, Abraham, hold up, Abraham. Like, this is how I'm picturing it in my head. Like, the angel done tripped over the wood. He didn't know that it was gonna get that serious. He done grabbed on Abraham. Hey, boy, chill. Wait a minute, right? He said, "Here I am." That's what he said. Abraham said that back to here. Here I am. I showed up.
Yeah.
Because God, you asked me to.
Yeah.
So here I am. The angel then replied, do not lay a hand on that boy. Do not do anything to him. Now I know you have holy fear in God because you have not withheld from me your son, your only son. I'm here to tell you that this verse right here is a question in your life. What are you holding on to?
Man.
What are you holding on in your heart? Listen, forget all the materialistic things. God ain't even talking about that right now. God is asking, what are you holding on to? Is it the unforgiveness about the molestation that happened so long ago? Are you still holding on to that? Because for me to show you, you're going to have to show me that you're ready to kill that thing. Are y'all getting it now?
That's
are
good,
you still
bro.
holding on to that you and your dad relationship was never good and that you are still out here trying to learn about being a man? You're going to have to show me you ready to kill that for me to bless you. Like, God got Abraham right now, and Abraham was ready to murk Isaac right from the jump. I know I love you, son. I know you was the promise, but to me, for me to focus on the unseen and what's going to last forever, I'm going to have to let you go. And God's still going to provide because he promised me that I was going to be great, that I was going to have nations, that there was going to be so many descendants that nobody can count them. But right now, I got to let this go. And that's what God was asking in this moment, bro. I'm going to turn it over to you again because there's one more moment that we got to talk about. But bro, this right here, oh man,
bro, the fact that Isaac was like ready, like that kind of readiness, I think we have it in reverse. We're ready for the blessing.
Yeah.
But what are you ready to give up before the blessing?
Oh, that's good. Say that again, bro. Say that again.
Like we're so ready and so ready and so ready, and I'm excited about the blessing.
Yeah.
But what are you excited about giving back to God? Is it the job? Is it the money? Is it the cars? Is it the like if you became a billionaire tomorrow and God said, I want it all back, are you ready?
Most people gonna give one back. Hey, you know what? I'm just 10,000. That
should
be good enough.
You said Malachi, man should not rob God. Give him 10%. That's what
that's good though, bro. That's good. That's good, dude.
But this is really what it is.
Yeah.
Like and to be in that moment, to be so ready to give up what God blessed you with and give it back and be ready to give it back. Them servants would have been like, hey, God, man, maybe if you just poke him a little bit, spill a little bit of blood. Don't kill him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, take the other servant. I ain't like him anyway.
Yeah.
Like, are you ready to give up that
Man,
blessing that God promised you? Are you ready to give it back?
that is good, bro.
That is a serious question, man.
No,
Like
no. It is.
that is a question of the soul, the inner man, the inner spirit that God put in us. Are man, thank you, Father. When people die, that is God asking for what He blessed the earth with back. We that are still here are still holding on to that, what God blessed the earth with. It's okay to cry. It's okay to, mourn.
Yeah.
But mourn with joyfulness in your heart, because you know that it returned back to the person that blessed the earth with it.
That's good.
Your kids, in the Bible, it says train them up in the ways that they should go, so that it would never part from them. You're training them to go back to God. Your shepherd, they're not yours.
Wow.
They're not yours.
Man.
You're the trainer to train. Abraham instilled in Isaac something that can last forever. Isaac couldn't see it tangibly with his eyes, but he could see the faith that his dad had.
Man, that is good, E. That's good, bro.
Like my son, when he told me, Daddy, I don't want to be on the devil's side, I want to be on Jesus' side. That is something that's being instilled into him that he can't even see. He can't.
Yeah.
His 8-year-old mind cannot fathom what the concept of God is right now. But he knows that he don't want to be on the wrong side of this thing. What is that going to birth later in life? I don't know. I may be here to see it, I may not. But I know that I trained him in the way that he should go to go back to God.
That's good.
That's faith.
Man. That's good, bro. Bro, that was good, bro. You hit some bangers in there. Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm still sitting here because, bro, that's a real question. That's a question of the soul and the heart. Like, man, are you ready to give? Oh my gosh, dude, you gotta prepare for that one. You need to, because if you're not ready, I wasn't ready. I was not ready. I wasn't ready to give back. Like, I wasn't ready to give back the full thing. Like I said in the beginning of this, I wanted to give back on my terms.
Yeah.
Like, if you gave me $1 billion, can I just give you 999? Like, not the full thing. Like, I gotta be able to keep something for myself, guy. Like, this was my prayer.
Man.
What? What do you mean? What do you mean? This is mine. Ain't nothing yours.
Nothing.
I'm the creator. Everything that's here is mine. Like, and that's what we get it into, bro. Because right after this, it literally talks about once like the angel said this, Abraham looked up, and what was there? It was a ram. God provided him with a sacrifice. God provided him with a sacrifice. It was so good. Abraham called that place, the Lord will provide. On that mountain, to this day, on that mountain, the Lord, it will be provided. So going back to my note, God is ready to show you. But are you ready to see it? Like he said, but are you ready to see it? Bro, I need y'all to understand. I need y'all to understand this. It says that the angel of the Lord called Abraham from heaven a second time. I swear by myself, declares the Lord, that because you have done this and have not withheld your son, your only son, he keep talking about your only son because he wants you to know how important it is. The Bible's trying to tell you how important it is. I will surely bless you and make your descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky. I read this and I got something from this. that I never gotten before.
Mm.
This act of faith foreshadowed what Jesus did.
I got
This
that,
act of faith foreshadowed what God was going to do down the line.
man. I got that too. Totally smooth with it.
God kept saying, hey, man, you about to give up your only son. How many times you been in church and the preacher be like, and Jesus and God gave his only forgotten son? Like, this foreshadowed what
Man.
God was about to do down the line. The unseen and forever. This act of faith by Abraham said, you know what? Man right now to show me something. Man right now to show me something. So I need to show them something. But I'm going to multiply. The lamb that I'm about to give y'all down the line, y'all ain't going to never have to sacrifice again. I will never
Oh my
ask for your
God.
kids again. I'm
Yeah.
about to give y'all a lamb right now that's about blood that's going to be shed, that in 3 days about to come up and sacrifices ain't going to be needed no more. Bro, I don't know who needs to hear this. The sacrifice that God is asking you for sometimes in your life is about to do some things down the line that you're not going to see, but it's about to be heavily shooken. It is about to shake up some things where the next time you're not going to be asked to sacrifice something down the line. Bro, I did not never catch this before in my reading of the Bible. Like, I'm telling y'all right now, I reread this and was like, hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is Genesis.
Yeah.
When did we talk about Matthew, Luke, and
Yeah.
all? That's like over 1,000 pages.
Yeah.
God, that good?
Smooth with it.
And you can't tell me you don't think that he got stuff planned out, that he got where he can put things in place where it all comes together. Man, God knew what he was doing right here. He said, Abraham, I'm going to let you know right now, your act of faith right now, just say millions, billions, trillions. Because this act of faith right now, I'm about to do it and I'm going to multiply it. From here on out, I'm going to give the lamb. I'm going to give my only forgotten son. I'm going to shed blood. And with him, there ain't going to never need to be asked another sacrifice of y'all again. Bro.
God loves us that much that he provided the sacrifice. Like, think about that, bro. Like, God provided the lamb. He provided it. So what you think you sacrificing, you ain't sacrificing then. You are giving it back. He's just asking for it back to see if you'll do. He don't want to take it from you because he's going to multiply it. He just want to see if you're going to give it. What he said, be a cheerful giver.
Man, bro.
That ain't money. That's a word in the Bible. That's a word. Like, y'all got to get in this Bible, man. God said, be a cheerful giver. So whenever he asks, give it to him. Whatever he tell you, go. If he said don't do it, don't. Because it's going to get multiplied. He already knows he knew Abraham loved Isaac. He been hearing these prayers. If y'all didn't know y'all didn't know, they had Isaac when they were like 100 and something.
Yeah.
They old.
Yep.
Like in today's time for a 100-year-old couple to have a kid, that is going to be on CNN. Sorry.
Yeah.
MTV, BET, Fox News, it's going to be everywhere. TikTok. That is unheard of today.
Yeah.
Back then, man, them people were like 100 and something having multiple kids.
Yeah.
So God knew exactly the care of Abraham's heart. And Abraham said, cool, here you go. You can get it back. Because your word never comes back void. Your promise is your promise.
That's good, bro.
See, you think the unseen is the miracle of God doing something in your life. No, the unseen is God's word.
Yeah.
That's it. But how would you know? How would you know what His word says if you never get in here and read it?
That's good.
That's why you don't have faith.
Yeah.
That's why you don't have God fearing faith,
Yeah.
because man, that was the coldest thing God has ever did, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Outside
Yeah.
of all the miracles Jesus did, the coldest thing God ever did was foreshadow the coming of Jesus. And guess who Jesus is? The sacrificial lamb.
Bro. Bro,
Man, bro,
yeah,
man. I
it's
I ain't
good.
got that's all I
No,
got.
I don't have anything else, bro. It because it is mind blowing, man. It
Yeah.
is mind blowing. And like I said, man, like I've read
Hmm.
this before,
There you go.
but like you said, man, you gotta focus on those things that are unseen, and it starts with faith, man. Like everything that led up to this was because of Abraham's faith. It was because of his faith in what God promised him, his faith in knowing that God's word does not come back void. And he stayed on that. And because he looked towards that, that is what he steered in everything he did. If he did not have faith in God like that, he wouldn't have brought Isaac up on that mountain. He would have gave him something different. He would have fought back. He wouldn't have woke up the next morning. It wouldn't have been like that. He wouldn't have been like, yeah, we gonna go worship and we gonna come back. Oh no, son, God is gonna provide the lamb. And he did because he had faith. Bro, this is so good, dog. It's so good, bro. I ain't got nothing else, bro. It's good.
Look, man. I look, please go back and listen to this. This was good. This was good. Know that if God is asking for it, what you think is sacrifice, He already has the sacrifice He wants you to sacrifice. He's going to provide that for you. It's already been done.
Yeah.
Just say yes. That's it.
Yes.
Just say yes. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing else, bro. Hey, man, this has been my favorite one. I'm not gonna lie, bro. This has been mind blowing. Please go back and watch.
The
Subscribe.
Bible is good.
Golly, it's so good, man. Hey, until next time, just say yes, man. Golly.
Hey.